In the quiet streets of Kyoto, as dawn spreads across the tiled rooftops, elderly men and women can often be seen sitting by their windows, holding a small cup of warm liquid before breakfast. To a passerby, it might seem like a simple morning ritual, yet behind that cup lies one of the most consistent longevity habits found in Japan, a practice so subtle that it escapes the attention of most outsiders. The question is, why do they drink it before eating anything at all? Morning in Japan begins with a deliberate slowness. There is no rush toward coffee, no loud blenders making smoothies. Instead, there is silence, reflection, and warmth. For many elders, the first act after waking is not eating, but preparing a gentle drink that soothes the stomach and awakens the body from the night's rest. Whether it's a cup of warm water, a mild green tea, or a light infusion of roasted grains, this ritual has deep roots in both culture and physiology. The Japanese see the morning as a sacred transition, a moment when the body should be respected, not shocked. Science now echoes what tradition long understood. After a night of fasting, the body is in a delicate balance. Blood sugar levels are low, the digestive system is slow to awaken, and dehydration is common. Introducing the wrong kind of drink, something acidic, cold, or stimulant-heavy, can create unnecessary stress on the organs. Yet a warm, mild liquid acts differently. It signals the body to rehydrate, prepares the stomach for food, and gently activates metabolism. Japanese elders mastered this practice not through modern research, but through generations of mindful observation. For them, this first drink is more than nourishment. It is a conversation with the body. The warmth travels inward, calming the nerves, lubricating digestion, and grounding the senses. In a society that honors harmony, this small action represents balance between nature and self. The tea or water becomes a symbol of awakening, both physical and spiritual. It sets the rhythm of the day, allowing energy to rise gradually rather than in abrupt bursts. But the mystery remains. Why before breakfast? Because timing is everything. Japanese elders believe that the first moments after waking are when the body listens most closely. Drinking before eating gives the system a chance to reset, clearing residual acids and aiding detoxification before nutrients arrive. It's a practice that may explain, in part, Japan's remarkably low rates of gastrointestinal issues and the steady vitality of its older population. This ritual may look modest, yet it embodies profound wisdom. Healing begins not with grand changes, but with simple, consistent gestures performed with awareness. The Japanese morning drink is not a secret elixir. It is a philosophy in a cup. And to understand its power fully, we must first explore what happens inside the aging body in those fragile morning hours, when health can be quietly strengthened or slowly eroded without us even realizing it. As the body ages, mornings become a different kind of challenge. What once felt like an automatic rise of energy now unfolds slowly, sometimes stiffly, as metabolism, hydration, and hormone balance shift with the years. The Japanese have long recognized this fragility of early hours after 60, the moment when the body is most vulnerable yet most receptive to gentle care. To understand why the morning drink matters so much, we must first understand what the body is truly facing before breakfast. During sleep, the body performs countless quiet repairs. It digests, detoxifies, and restores cells. By the time dawn arrives, the system has been fasting for nearly 8 hours. Blood sugar is low, the digestive tract is empty, and the stomach's protective mucus lining has thinned. For elders, whose organs work more slowly, this state can trigger discomfort, dizziness, or even spikes in blood pressure if the transition from rest to activity is too abrupt. It is in this delicate window that a warm drink can serve as both a cushion and a signal, reminding the body that nourishment is on its way. Dehydration is another hidden threat. Overnight, moisture is lost through breathing, and circulation slows as fluid balance shifts. Many older adults wake up slightly dehydrated without realizing it. Starting the day with caffeine or cold beverages only worsens the strain on the kidneys and heart. Japanese elders, by contrast, begin with warmth. The first drink, whether water, roasted tea, or barley infusion, rehydrates the system gently, encouraging blood flow and preparing the digestive organs without shocking them. The digestive process itself also weakens with age. The stomach produces less acid, and enzymes take longer to activate. Eating a full meal immediately upon waking can overload the system, leading to bloating or indigestion. A small amount of warm liquid, however, acts like a soft rehearsal. It awakens peristalsis, stimulates saliva, and prompts the liver to release bile, all essential for smooth digestion later. Modern studies now confirm that warm water or mild tea consumed on an empty stomach can increase intestinal motility and improve absorption throughout the day. There is also an emotional layer to this morning fragility. After 60, sleep patterns often fragment, and the transition from night to day can bring feelings of anxiety or restlessness. The Japanese habit of slow, mindful tea preparation transforms those moments into meditation. The aroma of roasted grains or green leaves, the quiet sound of pouring water, each detail brings the mind into presence. This mental calm helps regulate the body's stress hormones, balancing cortisol and stabilizing energy levels before breakfast. Thus, the Japanese morning ritual is not about flavor or fashion, it is a direct response to biology and time. By acknowledging the body's early vulnerability, elders transform a simple cup into an act of renewal. The next step, then, is to uncover exactly what they drink in those first moments of dawn, the liquid that bridges sleep and vitality, tradition and science. The secret of what Japanese elders drink before breakfast is not hidden in exotic ingredients or complex recipes. It is found in simplicity. Across Japan, from the mountain villages of Nagano to the quiet streets of Okinawa, the morning cup follows one of three patterns: warm water, mild green tea, or roasted barley tea known as mugicha. Each variation serves the same purpose: to awaken the body gently, cleanse it after rest, and prepare it for the first meal. Though humble, these drinks carry deep meaning and physiological precision refined through centuries of observation. Warm water, or oyu, is perhaps the most universal choice. Many elders heat it just below boiling, allowing it to cool slightly before sipping. There are no herbs, no flavorings, just pure water infused with warmth. The goal is not taste, but temperature. The body, still cool from sleep, receives the heat like sunlight on the skin. It rehydrates tissues, loosens stiffness, and primes digestion. In traditional Japanese medicine, this practice is said to wake the organs without shocking them. The warmth encourages circulation from the core outward, gently signaling that it is time for the body's systems to resume their work. Others begin their day with a delicate tea. In many regions, a very light green tea, often bancha or sencha steeped briefly, is the drink of choice. Unlike the concentrated brews served later in the day, this morning infusion is almost translucent. The flavor is subtle, the caffeine mild. It provides a small spark of alertness without strain on the stomach. Green tea's natural catechins also act as antioxidants, protecting cells from the oxidative stress that increases with age. Japanese elders often describe it as a way to refresh the blood before eating. A third variation, common in coastal and rural areas, is mugicha, or roasted barley tea. Caffeine-free and naturally sweet, it has a toasty aroma that fills the kitchen as it brews. It is often made the night before, served warm in winter or cool in summer. Barley's minerals, especially magnesium and potassium, help rehydrate the body, while its gentle alkalinity soothes the digestive tract. Elders favor it for its grounding effect, calling it the tea that steadies the heart. While each household may have its preference, all share the same principle. Start the day with warmth, softness, and respect for the body's natural rhythm. The drink is not meant to energize, but to harmonize. It bridges the silence of sleep and the movement of morning, helping the body shift from fasting to nourishment without stress. These simple beverages, often overlooked by modern nutritionists, embody Japan's philosophy of prevention rather than cure. The habit's strength lies not in what is added, but in what is avoided. No cold shocks, no chemical stimulants, no heavy sweetness. Yet their true impact extends far beyond hydration or comfort. To understand why these drinks are so effective, we must look deeper into how they interact with the body's systems from the first sip onward. When a Japanese elder takes the first sip of warm tea or water before breakfast, a quiet chain reaction begins inside the body. Though it looks like a simple act, the physiological impact is surprisingly complex. It starts with temperature. The warmth immediately triggers vasodilation, gently expanding blood vessels and encouraging circulation. For older adults whose blood flow tends to slow during sleep, this effect helps deliver oxygen and nutrients to muscles and organs, reducing morning stiffness and fatigue. It is a natural, graceful way to bring the body out of its resting state. The warmth also stimulates the vagus nerve, a critical communication line between the brain and digestive system. This nerve controls the movements of the stomach and intestines, helping them prepare for food intake. A small cup of warm liquid before eating signals the gut to awaken. It softens the stomach lining, activates digestive enzymes, and sets peristalsis, the rhythmic contractions of the intestines, into motion. This gentle priming makes the first meal easier to digest and reduces bloating, a common issue among seniors. Hydration is another vital element. After hours of sleep, the body is mildly dehydrated. Drinking water first thing replenishes the fluids lost overnight, helping maintain electrolyte balance and kidney function. Japanese elders often emphasize slow sipping rather than gulping. This gradual intake allows the cells to absorb water efficiently, avoiding the sudden pressure that can cause dizziness or discomfort in the elderly. The ritual itself, performed slowly and mindfully, keeps the pulse steady and promotes calm. For those who prefer tea over plain water, the effects extend even further. The mild caffeine in sencha or bancha stimulates alertness without causing spikes in blood pressure. The catechins, antioxidant compounds abundant in green tea, protect against free radicals that accumulate overnight during the body's repair cycles. Studies in Japanese universities have shown that consuming green tea on an empty stomach may enhance metabolic efficiency by slightly increasing fat oxidation, a benefit for seniors managing weight or blood sugar. Roasted barley tea, or mujicha, operates differently. It contains no caffeine, but carries compounds known to reduce viscosity in the blood, improving circulation naturally. The roasted aroma has also been found to trigger relaxation responses in the brain, lowering cortisol levels. This dual action, stimulating the body gently while calming the mind, explains why many elders feel both energized and centered after their morning drink. Beyond its chemistry, the act of preparation matters as much as consumption. Heating the water, pouring it carefully, and pausing before the first sip engage multiple senses, grounding the person in the present. This mindful awareness slows breathing, steadies the heartbeat, and allows physiological benefits to unfold more fully. Thus, the Japanese morning drink is not a quick fix. It is an orchestrated dialogue between temperature, hydration, and nervous system balance. When performed daily, this small gesture rewires the body's mornings, creating steadiness that carries through the day. The next question is, what hidden benefits make this ritual so profoundly effective for those who practice it faithfully year after year? The hidden benefits of Japan's pre-breakfast drink reveal themselves gradually, much like the tea's aroma rising from a warm cup. For the elderly, these effects reach far beyond hydration or comfort. They touch the body's most vulnerable systems: digestion, circulation, metabolism, and even mental clarity. What begins as a quiet morning ritual becomes, over time, a foundation for longevity. One of the most immediate benefits lies in digestion. The warm liquid awakens the stomach without the harshness of cold beverages. It dissolves residual mucus that builds up overnight and prepares gastric acids to function efficiently once food arrives. Seniors who follow this practice often report less bloating, smoother bowel movements, and reduced acid reflux. Scientific studies from Japanese universities confirm that drinking warm water or mild tea before breakfast improves intestinal motility and supports the microbiome, fostering beneficial gut bacteria, crucial for immunity and nutrient absorption. Another powerful benefit appears in blood sugar regulation. When the body is dehydrated or the digestive system sluggish, glucose spikes become more pronounced after meals. Starting the day with a small volume of warm liquid stabilizes the internal environment, moderating these fluctuations. In elders managing diabetes or insulin resistance, this simple step helps smooth out morning glucose levels. Some researchers suggest that the antioxidants in green tea, particularly EGCG, play a role in improving insulin sensitivity, an effect amplified when consumed before food. The cardiovascular system also profits. Overnight, blood can thicken slightly due to fluid loss, increasing strain on the heart. The first sip of warm water or mujicha replenishes plasma volume, reducing viscosity and supporting circulation. The warmth dilates vessels, while barley tea's minerals, especially magnesium and potassium, assist in regulating blood pressure. It is a natural, gentle form of protection, practiced not with medicine but with mindfulness. Beyond the body, the mind benefits as well. Japanese elders often describe the first morning drink as the moment when clarity returns. The mild hydration and warmth improve cerebral blood flow, helping dispel the mental fog common after waking. For those who drink green tea, L-theanine contributes an additional layer of calm focus, enhancing alertness without agitation. The combination of gentle stimulation and relaxation nurtures cognitive balance, something increasingly valuable with age. Emotional well-being is intertwined with these physical effects. The ritual of heating water, pouring slowly and inhaling the rising steam becomes a sensory meditation. It invites patience and presence. Cortisol levels fall, and the body's rhythm synchronizes with the calm pace of the morning. Over time, this lowers chronic stress, a silent driver of aging. These are not dramatic transformations but subtle ones, quiet benefits that accumulate like layers of lacquer over the years. Each morning's cup adds a small measure of resilience, cleansing, and renewal. Yet even the wisest traditions have boundaries. When practiced without understanding, even gentle rituals can carry risks. The next chapter will reveal when this habit might work against the body, and how to adapt it safely to preserve its power without harm. Even the gentlest rituals can carry quiet risks if practiced without awareness. What nourishes one person may burden another, especially in later life when the body becomes more sensitive to imbalance. Japanese elders understand this well. Their relationship with tea and water is not fixed. It adapts to age, health, and season. The wisdom lies not only in what they drink, but in how they listen to their bodies. One potential concern with the pre-breakfast drink arises from temperature. While warmth aids circulation and digestion, water that is too hot can irritate the stomach lining or cause discomfort in those with acid reflux. Many elders use a simple rule. The liquid should be close to body temperature, never scalding. For people with gastritis or ulcers, even mild teas can sometimes provoke acidity if consumed on an empty stomach. In such cases, plain warm water or a diluted barley infusion is preferred. Another overlooked risk involves medication absorption. Many older adults begin their mornings with essential pills for blood pressure, heart rhythm, or thyroid regulation. Drinking tea, particularly green tea, too close to medication time can interfere with how the body processes certain compounds. Catechins and tannins in tea may bind with iron or reduce the effectiveness of specific drugs. Japanese doctors often advise leaving a gap of 30 to 60 minutes between medicine and tea, ensuring both can do their work effectively. Hydration, too, requires balance. While the morning drink helps restore lost fluids, drinking large volumes all at once can stress the kidneys, especially for those with reduced renal function. The traditional Japanese method, small, slow sips, prevents this overload. A cup of about 150 milliliters is sufficient to begin the day's hydration without strain. Overconsumption, though rare, may dilute electrolytes or contribute to dizziness in sensitive individuals. Caffeine content must also be considered. Although most Japanese elders use light infusions, stronger brews of sencha or matcha may overstimulate the nervous system, leading to palpitations or jitteriness. For those with heart issues or insomnia, switching to roasted barley tea or caffeine-free blends is safer. The body after 60 needs gentler rhythms. Stimulation should come softly, not suddenly. Even water quality can play a role. Minerals in tap water differ by region, and in some areas of Japan, households still boil their water briefly to remove chlorine and impurities before drinking. This extra step reflects an important principle. Purity magnifies benefit, while neglect invites subtle harm. Finally, the biggest risk is perhaps not physical but habitual. A ritual loses its healing power when performed mechanically. The health of Japanese elders depends as much on mindfulness as on method. Drinking while distracted, standing, rushing, or worrying cancels part of the calm that makes the practice effective. When approached with awareness, these cautions transform into guidance. The ritual remains safe, gentle, and restorative. With care and adaptation, it continues to serve its purpose, a balanced awakening of body and mind. To grasp its full value, it helps to compare it with the common Western morning habits that dominate so many households worldwide. Across the ocean, mornings in the West unfold quite differently. The first sound is often the clatter of a coffee maker, the aroma of caffeine filling the air. For decades, the Western approach to waking has revolved around stimulation: coffee to awaken, sugar to energize, speed to begin the day. In contrast, the Japanese way begins in quiet, where one culture seeks to push the body forward, the other seeks to guide it gently awake. This contrast reveals much about how different societies understand aging and vitality. Coffee, while beloved, carries both benefits and burdens for seniors. Its caffeine stimulates alertness and temporarily sharpens focus, but it also raises heart rate and can irritate the stomach, especially when consumed on an empty stomach. For older adults whose systems metabolize caffeine more slowly, the effects last longer, sometimes causing restlessness or tremors. Moreover, the acidity of coffee may strain digestion, counteracting the body's natural morning balance. Yet many rely on it out of habit rather than necessity, a pattern born of culture rather than wisdom. Fruit juices, another Western favorite, bring their own complexities. While marketed as healthy, many juices contain high levels of fructose and lack fiber, leading to rapid spikes in blood sugar. For seniors, these fluctuations can trigger fatigue later in the morning or worsen insulin resistance. In Japan, the idea of starting the day with something cold and sweet is almost unthinkable. Traditional wisdom holds that cold drinks close the stomach, making digestion harder and slowing energy flow. The contrast is more than cultural, it's physiological. Smoothies, now popular worldwide, offer nutrition, but often overwhelm aging digestion with raw fiber, dairy, or excess calories. Japanese elders, in contrast, prefer lightness in the morning. They understand that the body after 60 thrives on gradual energy rather than quick fuel. Their pre-breakfast drink primes the digestive tract without overloading it, creating a foundation for steady vitality through the day. Even modern health trends, energy drinks, protein shakes, or supplements, often emphasize power and immediacy. The Japanese habit, by comparison, is rooted in patience. It values balance over stimulation, recovery over rush. This mindset reflects a broader philosophy of ikigai, the reason for being, where health is not measured by productivity, but by harmony between body and spirit. Interestingly, research supports this slower approach. Studies comparing habitual tea drinkers in Japan to coffee drinkers in Western countries show lower rates of hypertension, gastrointestinal issues, and anxiety among the tea drinkers. The difference isn't just chemical, it's behavioral. The ritual of calm preparation and mindful sipping creates physiological stability that no quick drink can replicate. The lesson is not that coffee or juice must be abandoned, but that their energy should be balanced by awareness. Westerners can borrow from Japanese elders, begin the day gently, add stimulation later if needed. Health after 60 is less about acceleration and more about rhythm. To make this shift safely, one must know how to integrate the Japanese morning drink into daily life in a way that feels natural and sustainable. Adopting the Japanese pre-breakfast habit after 60 is not about strict imitation, but about gentle adaptation. Every body, every metabolism, every morning is different. The secret lies in approaching this ritual not as a rule, but as a dialogue, a quiet conversation with one's body. With care and consistency, this small act can become a transformative daily anchor. The best way to begin is gradually. Start with half a cup of warm water each morning, about 15 to 20 minutes before breakfast. The temperature should feel soothing, neither hot nor lukewarm, around the warmth of your hands. As the body adjusts, you can experiment with adding a few roasted grains for flavor, or try a very light green tea infusion. The goal is to awaken the stomach softly, not to stimulate or fill it. For those who enjoy caffeine, the morning drink should remain mild. Stronger teas or coffee can come later in the day when digestion is fully active. Timing is essential. The Japanese often wait a short moment between finishing their drink and eating, giving the digestive system time to respond. For elders, a gap of 10 to 20 minutes is ideal. During this period, light stretching or slow breathing deepens the benefits. Oxygen flows, circulation rises, and the body's internal temperature stabilizes. Many Japanese seniors use this time for simple morning movements, such as shoulder rolls, hand rubbing, or a brief walk by the window. Movement completes the ritual, turning hydration into harmony. Choosing the right drink depends on one's health condition. For sensitive stomachs or those on medication, plain warm water remains safest. Those managing blood sugar can benefit from weak green tea, while individuals seeking calm might prefer roasted barley tea or mujicha. If caffeine tends to disturb sleep, hojicha, a roasted green tea low in caffeine, can be an excellent substitute. The Japanese philosophy is not one cure fits all, but one habit adapts to you. Consistency, not intensity, is what brings results. A cup once in a while does little, but practice daily. This routine retrains the body's rhythm. It teaches digestion to start gently and circulation to respond smoothly each morning. Over weeks, many people notice subtle improvements: lighter appetite, steadier energy, fewer morning aches. These are the quiet rewards of patience. Awareness enhances the effect. Drink seated, with slow breathing. Notice the warmth, the aroma, the simple act of presence. Japanese elders often say, "You drink with your body, not just your mouth." This mindfulness transforms hydration into medicine, aligning physical and mental calm. Finally, listen to feedback. If the drink ever causes discomfort, reduce the temperature or volume. The purpose is harmony, not perfection. As this ritual becomes part of daily life, it can replace the morning rush with reflection. And once this foundation is steady, other small habits, movement, sunlight, balanced breakfast, can magnify its power, shaping a morning routine that nourishes both longevity and peace. No single habit stands alone. In Japan, the pre-breakfast drink is rarely isolated from the other morning rituals that surround it. It is part of a wider rhythm, a choreography of movement, breath, nourishment, and light. Together, these practices amplify one another, helping elders move through the day with energy and serenity. To truly benefit from this wisdom, one must understand how the drink connects with the body's natural flow and the other gentle habits that frame a Japanese morning. The first of these complementary habits is movement. Japanese elders rarely stay seated for long after waking. While the West often associates exercise with intensity, in Japan, movement is more like a soft awakening. Simple stretches known as Ragio Taiso, broadcast daily on national radio, help loosen joints, stimulate blood flow, and gently warm muscles. Performed after sipping warm water or tea, these motions work in harmony with internal hydration, allowing oxygen and nutrients to circulate more freely. For seniors, this combination reduces morning stiffness and protects against falls. Breathing is another crucial companion. Deep, slow breaths, often taken near an open window or garden, enhance the body's oxygen exchange and calm the nervous system. Many Japanese elders integrate this mindfulness instinctively, using breath to center themselves before breakfast. The act of conscious inhalation and exhalation complements the internal warmth of the morning drink, grounding both body and mind in stillness. The next element is food, but never in haste. The first meal of the day in Japan is traditionally light yet nourishing. Miso soup, a small portion of rice, fermented vegetables, or grilled fish. The warm drink before breakfast prepares the digestive system for this kind of balanced intake. When digestion is awakened slowly, nutrients are absorbed more efficiently, and energy levels remain stable through the morning. For elders, This approach prevents the fatigue and digestive distress often caused by heavy or sugary Western breakfasts. Sunlight also plays a quiet role. Japanese elders often sit near a window while drinking their tea, letting the morning light fall across their face. This exposure helps regulate circadian rhythm, boosts vitamin D, and enhances mood. Science now supports what tradition long practiced. Even 10 minutes of early light can improve sleep quality and cognitive function, particularly in seniors. Finally, there is mindfulness. None of these habits, tea, movement, food, or light, are rushed. Each is performed with presence, often in silence. This calm beginning reduces cortisol, strengthens focus, and sets an emotional tone of steadiness for the day ahead. When combined, the effects are multiplicative: improved digestion, reduced inflammation, stable mood, and gentle energy that lasts. The Japanese morning, therefore, is a symphony of simple acts done with attention. A sip, a stretch, a breath, a bite, a glance at the rising sun, each contributes to health in a quiet yet profound way. These intertwined habits form the invisible framework behind Japan's remarkable longevity. As we reach the end of this exploration, it's time to reflect on the deeper message these rituals hold, and how anyone, anywhere can begin. The secret behind Japan's long-lived elders is not a mystery hidden in laboratories or expensive health trends. It is woven into the simplest of mornings. A cup of warm tea, a few stretches, a quiet breath before breakfast. These are the tools of endurance, balance, and grace. The beauty of this wisdom is that it asks for no perfection, only consistency. By practicing attentiveness at the start of each day, Japanese elders strengthen not just their bodies but their sense of connection to life, to time, and to themselves. At the heart of this practice lies a simple truth: the body listens. Each morning choice, what we drink, when we eat, how we breathe, sends a message that shapes our energy for the day. The Japanese morning drink, whether it is plain water, green tea, or roasted barley tea, tells the body to awaken softly, to respect its rhythm. This stands in contrast to the Western impulse for immediacy, where strength is often confused with speed. Longevity, as the Japanese understand it, grows from slowness, from steady rhythms repeated with care. This ritual's quiet power rests on its ability to restore harmony. It balances hydration and warmth, calms the nerves, steadies digestion, and clears the mind. When performed daily, these small adjustments ripple through the entire system, lowering blood pressure, easing inflammation, and stabilizing mood. More importantly, the act of mindfulness that accompanies the drink, the deliberate preparation, the silence before the sip, teaches patience, gratitude, and awareness. In that stillness, aging ceases to be decline. It becomes refinement. The lesson extends beyond Japan. Anyone, anywhere, can begin. Start by dedicating the first few minutes after waking to stillness. Drink something warm and pure, not as a task but as a gift to your body. Let it be followed by slow movement or a moment of sunlight. Over days and weeks, observe how your mornings change, how digestion feels easier, how energy lasts longer, how calm begins to replace rush. The shift is subtle but enduring. For elders, this practice can mean more than physical benefit. It can restore confidence in one's own vitality, the sense that health remains within reach. For younger generations, it is a reminder that longevity is not achieved in old age, but built one mindful morning at a time. This shared wisdom bridges generations, turning routine into ritual and care into culture. In the end, the question, "Why do Japanese elders drink this before breakfast?" reveals something much larger than a beverage. It unveils a philosophy that healing begins not from doing more but from doing less with attention. Health is not a pursuit but a relationship. So tomorrow, before you eat, before you rush, pause for a moment. Warm your cup, breathe deeply, and drink as the Japanese do, with intention, with gratitude, and with trust that even the smallest act, done with care, can shape a lifetime of well-being.